Hello, my name is Hope Williams, and I am a residential therapist at Hillside. Today, we will be discussing two skills from the distress tolerance module of DBT, pros and cons, and STOP. DBT skills allow us to help handle pain skillfully since pain and distress are a part of life and cannot be entirely avoided. Distress tolerance is the ability to perceive the environment as it is without demanding that it be different. Skills that are included in the distress tolerance module of DBT are TIP, accepts, improve, pros and cons, self-soothe, and radical acceptance. The first skill we will discuss today is pros and cons. We all use pros and cons to make decisions, oftentimes without even realizing that we're using it. This skill can be very helpful when you're deciding between two or more options and want to try to make the most effective choice. When using this skill, the goal is for you to realize that accepting reality and tolerating distress leads to better outcomes or a more tolerable sense of pain. Rejecting reality and refusing to tolerate distress will lead to greater suffering. Here are the steps to using pros and cons as a skill. First, identify and describe the crisis behavior that you're trying to avoid. Crisis behavior is any behavior that is inconsistent with your goals. These behaviors could be damaging in the short term and/or long term. Next, examine the pros and cons of the crisis behavior or acting on your urges. Then, examine the advantages and disadvantages of resisting your urges. Once you have completed your pros and cons grid completely, by exploring all of the possible outcomes for each quadrant, determine which action will help you to achieve the goals you have set for yourself. STOP is our second skill for today, and it is used to effectively handle a crisis. In DBT, a crisis is described as a situation that is very stressful and cannot be immediately changed. The goal in a crisis situation is to get through it without making it worse. In other words, you want to avoid doing something that will cause more trouble or regrets later on. The S in STOP stands for stop. Just that, stop. Visualize a stop sign in front of you and let that serve as a reminder to stop what you are doing and just freeze in your tracks. Don't react when your emotions are high or illogical. The T stands for take a step back. This step back can be mental, or you can actually move your feet and take a step back. This will help you to separate yourself from the intensity of the urge that you're feeling to react. Once you've taken a step back, notice how you're breathing. Since you might be holding your breath or breathing rather shallow, try to take a few slow, deep breaths. O is for observe. Observe what is going on both inside of you and around you. In addition to noticing the people around you, notice what you're thinking and feeling. And then lastly, P is for proceed mindfully. Use a mindfulness skill to encourage a wise mind response. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope that these skills will be helpful to you. Have a great day.